Hello everyone, my name is Legend Ronnie and this game is Rise of Kingdoms. Lost Kingdom Season 2 favorite reports. Basically, all the reports that I managed to save from the Lost Kingdom Season 2. Now, how is this gonna help you? This is gonna help you in a couple of ways. How you can counter some defenses and also try to learn from some mistakes. I've done mistakes as well. As you can see, it says here defeat. So obviously, nobody is perfect, we all do mistakes, but I'm gonna show you guys the good, the bad, and if you're rallying, I'm also gonna try to help you figure out when you're rallying how you can counter the defenses. Right now, if you're interested and if you want to see the season 1 reports as well, I can also do a video for that. But season 2 is like the newest Lost Kingdom season that just ended, and with the most updated commanders that there are. So obviously I want to just show you like the new stuff, but if you want to see the old stuff, which is probably more beneficial for new kingdoms, I can definitely do a video for that as well. So let's get on, let's get started. There's gonna be millions of dead troops and crazy reports and so on. Just reports. This is everything that I'm gonna show you guys in this video. So the first one is a defeat. Now I can 100% tell you that I definitely disconnected on this one. Now unfortunately, if I go on the troops, it doesn't even get me anywhere. If I go on the troops buff, it doesn't show anything, just the skills of the commanders. Now the reason I used YSG and Sardin in this rally was because they were using a lot of T5 to defend. You're noticing the power. So if you're noticing the dead troops and the power is pretty much close, that's because they were using a lot of T5 to defend. So I wanted to reduce the skill damage that my rally gets, and besides that, my rally was generally getting swarmed all the time, so I wanted to reduce the skill damage as much as possible. So for that reason, I used Sardin as a second, but I disconnected because if you guys don't remember, it was very laggy until they fixed some issues, some problems. It was very laggy at the beginning, so I simply disconnected and I wasn't able to cancel the rally. So these are the outcomes because I wasn't able to cancel the rally. We got demolished, and in the same time we lost a lot of troops. Now, once I've seen this report, the next thing that we've done, it was not rallying. Until the game was stable, we decided not to rally. So what they are doing, obviously they are attacking us. So that means that we are defending. So this is again a mostly T4 defense. Yes, pretty much a T4 defense against an almost full T5 rally. I used Sansu, my Sansu with Minamoto. He used Genghis Khan and YSG, probably for maximum skill damage with Cavalry. And I had to defend in quite a couple of places. So that's why I don't have YSG in this one. I just have Sansu and Minamoto as a second. It worked very well. You're noticing 52,000 dead versus 128,000 dead. And the power, it tells you that they are mostly T5. Let's go to the next one, which I suppose is again a rally, which again I couldn't cancel the rally because I got disconnected. They were building a fort, and that was something that we had to take down. But if you're noticing, the power difference looks pretty equal, even though we lost a lot more. So I tried Genghis and Frederick. Not very good setup, or maybe they were defending with too many T5s. I have no idea, but the rally was also being swarmed in the same time because it was very deep in their territory. So again, we had a lot of heavy losses because I disconnected, and again I couldn't cancel the rally. So again, very bad trade for us in terms of troops count. And look at that, this was the rally plus a lot of severely wounded. Yeah, awful. Really awful. Again, probably a defeat. I'm 100% sure it was kind of the same situation since the remaining troops are 0. I probably couldn't cancel the rally again. Most likely, I never do that. I never leave the rally, just go all the way. But this one looks slightly better, and I suppose because it was the reinforcements in the fortress might have been very, very slow. But still, 600k dead versus 400k dead. I don't call this a good rally. This again was a bad rally. Again, Genghis and Frederick. I probably didn't had any other available commanders because I was defending in a couple of flags in the same time. I think like 3 flags. Yep. Again, defeat. Now this looks like a victory. I believe I could have cancelled this one. Pretty much likely. So, very different situation. I used YSG and Minamoto. It definitely worked. YSG and Minamoto. It definitely worked. I think we also had troops to stop them swarming our rally. I believe so. But I used YSG and Charles Martel, which I'm not sure it makes very much of a difference. It makes very much sense. I do apologize. YSG and Charles Martel, they are both Garrison, but still. So again, 526 dead versus 583,000 dead. They were trying to build that fortress, and we were definitely trying to take it down, not to build it. Because you all know, once a fortress is built, it takes a day to burn. Plus, it can hold a bunch of cities. Right, we also caused a large amount of severely wounded because players were keep passing by, keep going in the fortress, out of fortress. They were trying to swarm the rally. So you're probably noticing that we are trying and either attacking or defending. YSG plays a very important role in both situations. This is why I always recommend on players to use YSG. Field battles, rallying, defending, a lot of utilities, killing barbarians, AoE barbarians, a lot of utilities for YSG. So this was the rally. They were countering the rally. They were always countering. Whenever we were launching rallies, we were countering the rallies. Now this is a huge problem. I'm not sure if you guys are noticing while I'm scrolling down to these reports. You're noticing that players with 200k, 200k, 260k, this is not the way to go to war. When you're having a war, especially a very important war, you either use 50% buff or you log off. I mean, if you're sending troops to defend, you don't really need to use an army expansion. But if you're using if you're doing field battles, is very, very important. If you're doing field battles, it's very, very important that you use an army expansion. So it was 825. Defeat. Oh, it was this one that we were looking at. Victory. Okay. Genghis Khan and Double C. And this one was launched by Dragotin. Probably Max Genghis, Max Double C. That was not a Max LC, surprising, but still, look at the amount of dead troops we have versus they do. So they were pouring in a lot of T5s on that flag to defend it. A lot of severely wounded. I'm not gonna keep going through this, because pretty much once you're noticing that there is troops that have been hit, all those troops they were trying to hit the rally to either debuff the rally. You're noticing YSG and Barca, there was counter rally and so on. YSG again, so you're noticing when we use YSG how many marches have been hit. So this is YSG and Minamoto. We didn't took a very good trade on this one. Again, they use YSG and El Cid to defend with. Power wise, they have way higher power because they are losing a lot of T5. So all these marches that I'm looking at is just really wounded. They are either just passing through or they are just, I don't know, abandoning or trying to hit the rally or whichever other reason. But again, army expansion, it's very, very necessary when you want to do war. 50% army expansion. Genghis Khan and Double C. So I have to say, because now you're probably noticing that there was probably one good trade that we had with K50, but that's the reason because we were mostly using T4 in the rallies and reinforcing the rallies versus a lot of T5. So this one is Genghis and Double C, 350 versus 312. This was pretty good. That's probably because the flag was not fully reinforced at the beginning. YSG and Frederick again against their fort. 200k dead, similar amount of dead. They just had a bunch of severely wounded and obviously plenty of severely wounded that we caused to them. Yep. Whew, there's quite some severely wounded. And they started turning their look on us. Mehmed and YSG. Mehmed is not a very bad option to use in a rally because it increased the rally capacity by 10%, but not using him primary. So if you want to use Mehmed to rally a flag, you want to put him second to another specific specialization commander. So you can definitely go YSG primary, Mehmed secondary to rally, but not Mehmed first. He has no freaking specialization. YSG primary, it does much, much better. So I had Sun Tzu YSG in defense, 97k, almost double dead. They took, and here comes the good part. That's why YSG, Sun Tzu is so good because it's AoE versus AoE. So that's a lot of dead troops they can bring. Again, I think this is a defense. Yes, this is a flag defense. And out of option, just rapidly I put my YSG and Frederick in there, and look at that, we still cost them a lot of dead troops and even more dead troops. I'm not saying that YSG and Frederick it's a recommended defense situation, but if you know you're going to swarm their rally, then you can definitely put YSG and Frederick is perfectly fine. They will be very, very fine. Again, YSG and Frederick against their flag. So this was us rallying their flag. 190k dead. You're noticing 2 million power. Those were T5s. Charles Martel YSG. But because we managed to take down the flag, so the flag was burning, that's why we actually have a good trade. But this was pretty much T4 versus T5. And I think they attacked our flag. Yes, so again, Sun Tzu and YSG, and they launch Richard and Alexander. 157k dead they had, 121k dead we had. 45,000 dead. Sun Tzu and YSG doing work. 29,000 dead. A lot of dead troops. Here comes Loki, probably with the swarming. 12k, another 12k dead. 9k. So overall, I think for us it was a win situation, considering the amount of dead troops they had. Now, as a moral to this part is that if you actually want to take down a flag, if you actually want to take down a defense, it takes brute force, and you'll definitely need to have way more dead than they do. The reason I'm saying brute force is because a flag can have a limited amount of reinforcements because it's just the city around it. Now, if you have or put so much effort or so much damage into one flag, including swarming, or if you can double rally or triple rally, it's just so much that only a couple of players can do, and the reinforcements, they have to come from far. It doesn't mean you have to stop the reinforcements, but the reinforcements come from very far away. that means that it takes time to reach the flag. So if you put so much pressure or so much troops on one flag, it doesn't matter who is in that flag, it's definitely going down. But in this situation it didn't, but we will get to one situation where they actually manage to swarm down the flag. Now this is a rally. Yep, YSG and Frederick. Lucky G was defending with Julius and Alexander the Great. Again, we won power-wise, but we lost more troops because they have more value. Because the T5, they have more value. They bring more value in defense. And that is the swarming. You're noticing there is plenty of targets hit from the AoE. Kusunoki and YSG against Julius and Scipio. 74,000 dead versus 258,000 dead. Plus AoE and so on. So definitely work. Now the theory behind of using Kusunoki is because it's removing the debuffs, because they will keep debuffing us. So again, a very successful rally with Kusunoki and YSG. 186k dead versus 425,000 dead. It also helps if you manage to take down the defense completely, because at that point, when they are not reinforcing or when it's low, you're causing way more damage to the defense if your rally is up at all time. So that's a very good time to actually coup back or cause them more dead. And obviously a lot of severely wounded, and oof, that's the rally. Charles Martel YSG rally, very interesting rally. This is a rally. Yep, that's definitely a rally. Again, Kusunoki YSG against Charles Martel and YSG. Plenty of reinforcements on this one, but still looking slightly better than the other rallies. Also, Kusunoki brings 15% attack and defense to the archers, so it's also increasing the normal damage, the skill damage, a little bit the defense of the archers. Not that archers are actually any defensive, they are very, very squishy, but still. And again, Kusunoki YSG against Charles and Sansu. Power-wise, again, definitely we won because we are using mostly T4. And this was a cancel rally. Yes, it was a cancel rally. But still in our favor, plus a lot of severely wounded. I'm not going to go through all of them. The rally was being swarmed before it reached the flag. You're noticing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're noticing the amount of marches. So I didn't let the rally just do a couple of skills on the flag and then I canceled it because we were being hit on the way. You're noticing they're severely wounded. Yep. So for that reason, but still it was a very successful rally. If you look at the amount of severely wounded we have caused, this was a very successful rally. Genghis and Frederick against Richard and Alexander. Evil Nemo in defense. Look at that. Look at the power loss. So by the power loss, you can tell that the majority of troops were T5. And by our power loss, you can tell that this was T4. Genghis and Frederick finally paying off. And I'm not 100% sure, but DT50, I believe that this was after K50 was put down. Yes, so this was a double rally. This was when we were double rallying with UN1, the other alliance. So this was definitely a double rally. And we were the second rally because they were the tanking rally. Let me check the next one and I'll let you know for sure. Exactly, that's how it was. This was Genghis and Saladin. Again, look at that. Very, very good trades. They put Genghis and Frederick, Loki G. I don't know why. They maxed out Frederick, Genghis and Frederick, yep. Probably because they saw me using Genghis and Frederick and working so good, I suppose. Genghis and Saladin again. We were having problem coordinating a double rally because their rally leader from the other side was not speaking English. So we were having problems. This was again Genghis and Saladin, but I think I didn't get reinforcements and I had to cancel it. Yes, so we were still hitting the same flag. Now this is Genghis and Saladin, and at this point, when I started using Genghis and Saladin, we were tanking rally. So we were the tanking rally and we were still doing a very good job taking down the flag. War with Loki G again. We were definitely the tanking rally on this one, but like I said, Genghis and Saladin is working so well in taking down the flags. And again, if you check the power losses, they are using mostly T5s to defend. Again, he switched to Frederick and Genghis. That's a very interesting combination of a counter rally on our rally. That's very interesting, and I hope they fix that in the future. So you're rallying a flag with 1.5 million troops, but this rally can be countered by a 2 million rally. I'm not sure if that's actually any way you want to put it. It's actually cool. And this is the second counter rally. So they sent a second counter rally to our rally. Genghis and Saladin against Sansu and Charles. I think they swapped the difference. I don't think it's actually Sansu and Charles. It's level 43 Sansu. That's definitely a wrong way to defend. Shifty is in play at this point. Coming in with the swarm. And now it's the flag, and you're noticing the remaining troops 47. That means that the flag is burning. Because at this point, Loki left. So Loki teleported away. So Shifty can take his place, but we put troops there already. So Shifty couldn't teleport. Yeah, that's how it was. And he was needing to reinforce from very far away. So for that reason, he just abandoned the flag. This was a Babers and Minamoto defense. I used Kusunoki and YSG again. A lot of successful rally. Genghis and Saladin against Eulji Mundok and Charles Martel. 226,000 dead versus 520 by the power loss. Those were a lot of T5s in there. This was again a very successful rally. Genghis and Saladin against Shifty. Alexander and YSG in defense. Not sure if Alexander is that great in defense, but yeah. A lot of dead. War report. What is this? Sansu YSG in defense. Oof. Okay, so here comes the flag defenses. This is the part where you guys will definitely gonna love it. So this is the time when the level 5 pass open. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, the level 5 pass. So this report that starts right now, it's when the level 5 pass open. K50 was locked down, but they were able to build flags because players in the alliance didn't want to use their alts to keep them locked down on their area. So you know, if you place alts properly around the pass, the other kingdoms cannot build flags out. So that's pretty much the way when is it called a lockdown, when you completely lock down another kingdom. That's exactly how it's being done, is by placing account and you just shield them, and then you just demolish the flags just to make sure they cannot place any flags so they can build outside. And we will keep asking and asking, but people did not want to use their alts, so K50 was able to build flag. So because they were able to build flag, we had to defend it. And this was their first attempt. I was using Sun Tzu and YSG. Obviously, a lot of T5s, you can tell by the power. In defense, we had to compete with power, but I was having the king title, I was having the 10% buff, I was having 7% attack and defense rune. You know, I was really stocked up. 150,000 dead versus 220,000 dead, YSG LC'd. And because I'm using Sun Tzu YSG, a lot of other dead troops. Plenty of dead troops. 35,000 dead troops, 30,000, 21,000. When you go to war, you don't go to war with no army expansion. There's no way of going to war. You better just reinforce the rally or defenses. 178k. You want to pop army expansion 50% or just be a reinforcement guy. And Sun Tzu and YSG back in action. Richard and Alexander by Loki. 175,000 dead versus 345,000 dead. So this is the time when we are paying back exactly what they've done to us when they were defending with so many T5s. And now they are rallying with mostly T4. So we are pretty much, you know, paying back what they have done. Now check about the side hits from Sun Tzu and YSG, players that are not paying attention. 92,000 dead, 6,000, 3,000, 10,000, 17,000. Because what I was trying to do, I was trying to pull as many players as I can, because there were plenty sitting next to the flag, around the flag, that were just waiting for reinforcement. And what I was doing, I was just going and hit them and just pulling them in the AoE. Now Loki, he was purposely swarming. Again, 83,000 dead. So plenty of this kind of reports. They were just going down. 69, 70,000 dead. 12. Yep. Now here comes another one. Now check this one. Check the line on this one. How about that? How many players have been hit by AoE? Quite a lot. Sun Tzu YSG. Again, by the power, you can tell that there's a lot of T5 dead in this report. But look at that, 900k dead. Richard and Alexander, so double and plus the amount of dead. And this is the side hits. Now I'm not gonna go through all of them because this might just take a little bit too long, but there's crazy amount of dead. People just not paying attention that there is a Sun Tzu YSG in defense. 46,000, 28, 43,000, 23, 30,000. Now this was the most crazy report. I would say that probably around 2 million dead troops have been in this flag. 28,000, 14, 28,000, 7,000, 12,000, 24, 44, 45, 33, 12. These guys were hitting the flag. 20 or no. So again, I would say that probably around 2 million dead. 35,000, 9,000. I'm telling you, these guys have never came back. 46,000 dead. 29,000 dead. A lot of dead troops. This was the most crazy report we probably had on that flag. So this was next to their pass. They just built a flag. Probably fast build it. 69,000 dead. War report. Again, Sun Tzu YSG, they use Frederick, and YSG double the dead. But again, we were using mostly T5 to defend with. because it brings a lot of value. So with the right amount of stats, equipment, it was actually bringing a lot of value on the table. And there you go. Again, a lot of dead troops. Why I like Santu and YSG? I think these reports can actually show you why I like them so much. Again, double dead. Mostly T4, but double dead. And look at the reports. Dead. 44,000 dead. 10,000. A lot of dead troops. I think this is one time when they zeroed the flag. I think so. So we have Sansa YSG 157,000 dead versus 202,000 dead. YSG and Julius Caesar. But I think it has been heavy swarmed and we had problems with reinforcements. 27,000. Oh, I know what it was. I remember. So the problem is that when the flag is surrounded by troops, you cannot target the flag. You cannot target the flag to march the reinforcements, because I was there with my alt to keep trying to spam the reinforcements to get in to refresh the marches, but I couldn't. I couldn't get in because I wasn't able to select the flag because of the amount of troops that were there. So again, dead. They were hitting the flag. Yep. It was Loki swarming, 31 versus 38,000 dead with T5. Yeah, 25,000 dead. He was definitely swarming the flag. This is one time they took it down because there was too many troops swarming the flag, and I wasn't able to target it with my alt. And probably the other players had the similar problem with reinforcements. This is Genghis and Saladin against Rend. Okay, so now we were going on to cities because I think we got in their province. So that was the part with the flag. Sansu and YSG dead. Oh, this is a defense. Genghis and Barca, they dismantled it. Still, they took more dead. Sansu and YSG in defense. Or are we at the same? Are we at the same flag? Because this is still K50. Sansu YSG in defense, 150k dead, 400k dead. Genghis and Barca. Well, I think we are at the same flag, probably. Oof, Evil Nemo took it really deep on that one. 53,000 dead. 40,000 dead, and he was not even, he was just sitting there. Oof. Evil Mola. Again, he was just sitting there. If they cause nothing to the defense and they take that means they were just sitting there in the defense. Loki, again, I think we were still on the same spot. 200k dead, 400k dead. So look at that. Sans YSG, but this time we properly reinforce the defense because you're noticing that the swarm failed. So we were able to target the defense and reinforce it. But this is one way if you actually want to take down a defense and make sure they cannot reinforce it, just brute force it down. Rat Asterix, 38,000 dead, 53,000 dead. So they were trying to swarm 100k dead. Wow. They were swarming the flag. Was it? Yep. They were swarming the flag, but it just didn't work. Too much AoE from Sansu and YSG, and if you can reinforce the flag, then that's a no-go. That's a no-go situation. So I'm not sure how many millions of dead K50 lost on that pass opening, but they definitely put a lot of effort. Genghis and YSG, 366,000 dead versus 881,000 dead. And they were still not learning that there is a Sans YSG in defense. Again, 80,000 dead. No, this guy was hitting the flag. I'm sorry. This guy was hitting the flag. 25,000 dead, just passing by. 23, 24, 40,000 dead. So again, he was not hitting the flag, but he took 40,000 dead. This is a huge problem. Wow, look at him. 66,000 dead. So many of their players, they were out of the game just because they were not paying attention. 27,000 dead, 51,000 dead. Wow. 36,000 dead. Yep. A lot of dead troops. War report. Okay, so this time was Aaron defending? Sanctum and YSG, was it on these ones as well and I didn't pay attention? No, this was me. So this time was Aaron defending. How about that? 136,000 dead versus 230k dead. And just Loki taking a bunch of dead. Oof. Oh my goodness. Look at this one. I think that's me. Yeah, I'm back in action. Sansu YSG. They tried LC YSG. I think they have tried every combination there is or they could have think about. They probably tried everything to take down Sansu and YSG. But by the amount of marches, you can already tell how many dead there is on the other marches. So even that the main defense versus the rally was winning, it's still the other marches. Dead. more dead. Because that's what I was trying to do all the time. I was trying to pull as many as I can under the AoE. So I was trying to get as much AoE value. Look at that. Oof. 55,000 dead. So only Loki himself, he probably lost about 1 million. So this was when the level 5 pass opening and white tigers could have come hit us. Yeah, so we were engaged with white tigers in the zone 5, and we were engaged with K50 who were trying to break out, who were trying to start building flags and start going out. 74,000 dead, 75,000 dead, 30,000 dead, 21, 30,000 dead. Wow. Sansu and YSG, they tried Genghis and Double C. Evil Freya didn't actually work as very good. A lot of dead on their side, plus a couple of players being hit by the AoE. So again, not a very successful rally. But here we have another one, and this one actually did very well, and I still don't know why this one done so well. Did they use more T5s? Probably, or they were swarming the flag in the same time and they were just debuffing from the beginning. Very possible, but again, this was a very good rally from them. They changed the talents, I have no idea, but they've done much better on this one. I pretty much had the same thing, but if you add the dead troops that I was getting as value from the AoE, I think I was still in favor. So the report is still in our favor because of these marches getting a lot of dead troops. So for that reason, we were still in favor as the report, just because of the AoE value of the commanders in defense. 73,000 dead versus 25. This one is good. Look at that. Genghis and Sadin, solo march. 31,000 dead versus 53,000 dead. Very powerful. Genghis and Sadin. 77. So Evil Nemo was swarming the flag. Oof. Loki was swarming the flag as well. So again, that's why it went so low. They were probably swarming from the beginning, but we were able to keep up with reinforcements and they didn't take it down. Yep. Still, I think we've done way more damage to them than they did to us. Look at that. They had John as well. They had plenty of buffs and debuffs on the defense. That's why it went that crazy. The rally was doing so great. This is the red flag. Genghis and Saladin against YSG and Richard. Look at that. 168,000 versus 341,000. Very, very good report. Again, Genghis and Saladin. 284 versus 410. Oof, that's a lot of severely wounded. They were always trying to debuff the rally. They were using Ethelflaed and Bark. I'm not saying it doesn't help. It does. If you can manage the hospital capacity. Sansu and YSG versus King of Armenia. How about that? Alexander the Great and Charles Martel. Didn't do very well. Oof. This was just marchers passing by under the flag. Yep, I think King of Armenia just came to aid BHTE at this point. 64,000 dead, 43,000 dead. There you go. Sansu YSG with people that not pay attention. You just take them out of the game. So you're probably wondering, yeah, but it doesn't matter, or you're probably saying you're just killing hundreds of troops of players. That doesn't matter. You're taking players out of the game. All these free-to-play players, they don't pay attention and they lose these troops without paying attention. You're eliminating them from the game. For a free-to-play player to lose 200k troops in 5 minutes is very devastating. He's not going to recover from that probably in a month. Again, Sansu YSG, this was a solo march. Yeah, this was a solo march. Solo march. What? What's going on with them? So one guy solo march, and then I suppose here's the rally. Saladin and Double C didn't actually go so well either against Sansu and YSG. Let me at least make sure. Is it max kill? Yes, it's max kill. So it's a max kill Saladin and Double C. Again, didn't actually work so well against Sansu and YSG. And look at the amount of dead. Oof, painful. Painful. If you know how to line up everything, it's working in your favor. Yep. That's how I managed to increase my kill count. Thanks to Sansu and YSG. Kusunoki and YSG rally against BHTE. Richard and YSG in defense. 353,000 dead. Just like that. Plus plenty of AoE value. Look at that. 100k, 40k. Wow. Big hospital bills. Big hospital bills. These guys did not want to give up. Crazy. So you're noticing that they were swarming the rally with very low marches. You cannot go with 200k marches against a rally. If you want to go against a rally, you need 300k marches minimum. Otherwise, the impact and the difference is way too low. Look at that, 200k. This is what you get. You're going with 200k marches against a rally. Doesn't matter if your commanders are maxed out level 60 with all the talents. Is the value of the troops, the attack, defense, and health. All those 200k troops versus this rally. So this is one rally when they actually took a bit of value. We took a little bit more dead than they did. They kept up with the reinforcements, but we also did a lot of AoE value. So again, filling up their hospitals. Scouts. This is K50. This I'm getting at Edward. I think I was hitting Evil Nemo. Yep. Oh, severely wounded, 147,000. And yeah, this was hitting Evil Nemo, right? So 95k dead. With there's 220k dead. We used Edward of Woodstock and YSG, obviously maxed out Edward, and we just filled up his hospital over 600k with, I suppose the dead are just reinforcements, but there's definitely a lot of resources for him to heal a full hospital of T5, and for us it was group effort for 220k dead, mostly T4. This was again on him. He changed the defense, 227,000 dead. We filled up his hospital again, and I suppose he ran out of resources. No, he bubbled, I believe. This was against a flag, Edward, but mostly T5 in the flag. You're noticing by the power difference, 2.3 million on only 270k. And yeah, we did took a little bit more dead, but the rally was being swarmed. Shifty swarmed the rally. These players swarmed the rally, which they took a lot of severely wounded, but it's disadvantage when the rally is being swarmed. Still, I would say good results. Edward YSG against Charles YSG. I think I only let it for a skill or two, and that's it, because they were swarming again. Frederick and YSG, severely wounded. Okay, how is that possible? Oh, I was hitting a city. Okay, I was hitting a city with siege. So whenever I use Frederick first, just so you guys know, whenever I use Frederick first, I do siege. War report. Yes, when it's Frederick first is siege. You can tell by the loot, by the amount of resources we looted. And this is the guy, King Fares. This is a T5 player, 2.2 million troops. We zeroed with just siege. So I used Frederick and YSG, and we zeroed him with just siege. Again, King Fares. King Fares again. We zeroed this guy. We took all his resources, and you can tell by the resource 20 million that we were using only siege. Again, King Fares, they were trying to stop us because it was one of their members, so they were trying to swarm the rally. That's why you put YSG in there, to give a little bit of AoE value. Even if they are siege, there's still a lot, 2.4 million. And this is just cities. This is again on King Fares with siege. Nico, Richard and Charles rallies. Genghis and Minamoto. Wow, look at that. 3.2 million dead of Kusunoki, not having proper defenses. Edward YSG against the pass. Oh, they took the pass. Okay, yeah, I think that's how it was. And I had to cancel the rally because not reinforcements. Again, YSG El Cid. And I had to cancel the rally again because I was being swarmed and not enough reinforcements. Plenty of hospital bills for the T5s. Yep, definitely. And again, Charles YSG, Edward and YSG. Pretty good results on this one. I think I also disbanded the rally, and Evil Bubbles was having full hospital. He was swarming the rally and he was having full hospital. Oof, oh my goodness. Oh wow. I didn't even know about this one. I don't think I checked it all the way down. Evil Bubbles took it heavy. Severely plus dead. Edward YSG. This was against his city. I had 330k dead. That's because I was not receiving proper reinforcements. If you don't receive proper reinforcements in the rally, it can go bad when you hit a T5 city. That was against a T5 city, and this was against Solimar. Or this was the time when I actually got in. Yeah, you can see the full video about Solimar. Yep, him as well. That's it. Genghis and Saladin. And that was pretty much about the reports of the Lost Kingdom Season 2. Now, this was a very, very long video. I didn't actually expect to be that long. That's pretty much about it. That's all the reports from the Lost Kingdom Season 2 that I had. Until next time, this is your boy Jeroni signing off. Peace out, yo, and take care.